Hi everyone, as previously mentioned, my name's Sean. I don't know why I'm looking up there. I'm from Awards WA. We're a non-for-profit youth organisation and we have this really strong focus on helping to deliver youth programmes to the whole of Western Australia. Currently we provide the Ignite Award and the Duke of Edinburgh Award, which is what I'm here to talk to you today about. And last year was a big year for us. It was actually our 60th anniversary. So the award in Australia, it's the biggest youth self-development program in Australia, and it's for young people between 13 and 24. You'll notice on our website that it usually says 14, but just ignore that. You can start if you're 13 years old. You have to finish it by your 25th birthday though. So even if you do start it at school, and you put it down for a bit, you can continue it. As I said, it was a big year for us last year. It was a 60th anniversary. It's actually been running since 1956. So what happened was Queen Elizabeth got a bit bored about having Prince Philip hanging around the house not doing much. So she said, Philip, go out into the world, find something to do. So off he went. I won't do the accent. And he said, okay, what's going wrong in this in society at the moment? And he noticed there was a severe lack of structure with the youth at the time, and this was mainly due to World War II, and there had been a lack of parental figures as a result. So he starts thinking back to his youth, what really helped him, and he realised, I used to love doing my Outward Bound, I used to love going on camps. So he decided to go and enlist his old principal, Kurt Hahn, and together they formed the Duke of Edinburgh as an international award. Sometimes I get a bit tripped up there because in the UK it's just the Duke of Edinburgh's award. Right, so some of the benefits about it. First of all, it's enjoyable. We try and avoid the use of the word fun because it's about determination, it's about resilience, but it is enjoyable when you look back on it as well. It's a fantastic opportunity. It really helps your personal development and boosts your CV. There are so many jobs out there who are currently part of our employer program, and the first thing they'll ask is, have you done your Duke of Edinburgh? We currently have a gold awardee who's just retired from the army, and he came into the office the other day and was telling us every single promotion he went for, they said, tell us about your Duke of Edinburgh. Tell us about your Duke of Edinburgh. So you can see the longevity, and he did it in the 70s. It's an endorsed program, so it goes towards your waste units. So your bronze counts for 1, your silver 2, and gold is 4. It's recognised by colleges and universities all over the world, so not just here, but over 130 countries does it at the moment. So if, for example, you wanted to move to the UK, you can add it towards something called UCAS points. Over here, ECU have currently entered into an agreement with us, so it's now a part of a pathway into university, along with another application. And here is our Duke of Edinburgh employer program. There's some notable names there. Usually when it's the students here, I'll talk about Hungry Jack's because that's the one that pops out. You see, you're either going there or you work there as a 14-year-old. Never gave me a job though, so a bit bitter about that. You can access that on our site if you ever want to have a peruse. So this is the award structure behind me. You'll see bronze can start at 13 years of age, and it runs for 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. Actually, one of them has to be a major, so one of them will be for 6 months. So, for example, when I did it, it was football, soccer, for 6 months, and then I worked at a Canberra Rescue for voluntary service for 3 months, and then my skills was guitar for 3 months. Then you have to do your adventurous journey. So your adventurous journey can be split into 2, a practice and a qualifying. You do 2 days, 1 night for each, or you can combine them and do 3 days, 2 nights, and it's just a good way of getting it all over and done with. And as you move on to the silver, if you've done your bronze, then it's just 6 months across the board, no major. Move from silver to gold, 12 months across the board, no major. Obviously, if you do go straight into silver, then you have to do that major component again. And also, if you do your bronze before going to silver, that means that you don't have to start at 15 years of age, you can start a bit earlier. So behind me right now is a few examples of what you can do for your voluntary service. You will find a lot of students are pretty much doing the award already, so it's just about getting that, just being recognised for it. So surf lifesaving, just helping a neighbour out. It can be going to an aged care facility and singing in a choir. We currently have a school who are very musically enthusiastic, so they decided to combine their skill, which was singing, with their voluntary service. So they go out to all these aged care facilities, and once a week they'll sing in a choir to them, which, depending on their ability, is either good or... Physical recreation speaks for itself. It's not confined to the list, so if you do anything that's a bit out of the ordinary, just flick us an email or ask Renee or Miss Hall. Sorry, I forgot your first name. And they'll be able to tell you whether it meets the requirements or not. We recently had a very strange one come by the office, which was medieval sword fighting, and straight away I said no, and then went to head office and they said yes. So there you go. It's a real thing. Skills. So again, you're not confined to lists. Where it says drama, it's sometimes a grey area, because it can be dance, it can be singing, which is a bit of a phys rec activity. So sometimes you can split that activity and knock out both your phys rec and your skills. Adventurous journey, as I previously mentioned, it's about you don't have to just go out and do a big hike. You can go on the Lewin Ocean Adventure. You can go and do adventurous exploration, which is like you go out and you have this purpose to go and do some sort of cultural analysis, or you do some scientific project and you look at the plant species, and then you come back and you camp for a night. So it's pretty flexible, but at the same time it is designed to test you. And here is the residential project. Now this is more for the golds, so we won't spend too much time on it, but it's where you get completely out of your comfort zone, spend a week somewhere else. Yeah, as you can see behind me, it can be a leadership camp, so we do a lot of youth parliament work. You can go abroad if you like. There's a lot of people who tend to go to Indonesia, not probably right now, but yeah, that's an option. Assessors, this is another important category to be talking about. So an assessor is someone your child will be primarily talking to. So they'll have their award leaders, which is Miss Stennett and Mrs. Hall down here. But week to week, you want them to be in contact with their assessors. So it's someone who has the relevant experience in that area. For example, I'm quite well versed in guitar or soccer, so someone could come up to me and say, can you be my assessor for these two? But if they came up to me and said, Sean, I would like you to be my assessor for ballet, I would say, probably not, because yeah. So so it has to be someone with that relevant experience, and it's just initial conversation. They don't have to go and see them, but it's about maintaining that contact via, whether it's email or just by phone call. They just have to see some sort of progress. Frequently asked questions. Can you take a break during your award? Yes, you can. As I said, you've just got to finish it before your 25th birthday. And we do send little emails out when you're getting close to it, so you will be reminded. Can you change activities if you need to? Yes, you can. So you can do up to 4 activities per section. So say you're doing, we'll use phys rec again. So say I'm doing phys rec and the soccer season only goes for 3 months for some unusual reason. I'm going to have to change my activity so that way I can continue on. And you can do that. That's absolutely fine. You just have to get assessor reports for each of them. Do school or work activities count? Grey area. So they do if it's outside school time. So say I'm in photography class, that wouldn't count. But say I want to do some photography, I want to use my photography teacher as an assessor, I go out, I do a completely different project, and then I come back, and that's how you can sort of get around that. With work, again, it's a lot harder. You can't really be paid to do this, so the best thing to do is, if you're a referee on a weekends or something, do 2 hours paid, 1 hour voluntary. That's the way to do it. Can I do my award in conjunction with Scouts, Surf Living, Cadets? Yes, and please do, because you do everything already, so it's just so easy to make that jump. Can I count any activities I was involved with prior to starting my Duke of Ed? Unfortunately not. We cannot backdate. It has to be from the moment you're doing the Duke of Ed, right, I'm doing this as well. It can't be backdated.